Hey YouTubers, let's have this a Bible study. Let's look at judgment. We want to start with Genesis 18. Genesis 18 and 19. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord, and do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him. Let's look at the courts. It's not too good. Let's go to Exodus 12. Exodus 12. And we want 12. 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods, that's a small god, of Egypt, and I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. Let's go to 21. Exodus 21, and we want 28 through 32. If an ox gore a man or a woman, that they die, then the ox shall surely be stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall be quiet. But if the ox were wont to push with his horn in time past, and it had been testified to his owner, and he had not kept him in, but that he had killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and his owner also shall be stoned to death, be put to death. But if there be laid on him a sum of money, then he shall give for the ransom of his life whatever is laid upon him, whether he have gored a son or have gored a daughter, according to his judgment shall it be done unto him. If the ox shall push a manservant or a maidservant, he shall give unto their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned. Let's go to 23, and we want 2 and 3. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in the cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. Neither shalt thou contents a poor man in his cause. Let's go down to 6. Thou shalt not wrest the judgment of the poor in his cause. Let's go to 28. And we want 15. And thou shalt make the breastplate of the judgment with the cunning work, after the work of the ephod. Thou shalt make it of gold, and a blue, and a purple, and a scarlet, and of fine twined linen shalt thou make it. Let's go to 29 and 30. And Aaron shall bear the name of the children of Israel in the breastplate of judgment in his heart, when he goeth into the holy place, for a memorial before the Lord continually. And thou shalt put in the breastplate of judgment the Urim and the Thummim, and they shall be upon Aaron's heart when he goeth in before the Lord. And Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel upon his heart before the Lord continually. Let's go to Leviticus, and we want 19 and 15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Let's skip down to 35. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, in meat yard, or weight, or measure. Let's go to Numbers 27. Numbers 27. Oh, way past that. Numbers 27:11. You want 11. And if his father have no brethren, then ye shall give his inheritance unto the kinsman that is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it, and he shall be unto the children of Israel a statute of judgment, as the Lord commanded Moses. Let's go to 21 in the same chapter, which is 27. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall ask counsel for him, after judgment of Urim before the Lord. At his word shall they go out, and at his word they shall come in, both he and all the children of Israel with him, even all the congregation. Let's go to 35. And we want 11 and 12. Then ye shall appoint you cities to be cities of refuge for you, that the slayer may flee thither, which killeth any person at unawares. And they shall be unto you cities for refuge from the avenger, that the manslayer die not until he stand before the congregation in judgment. Let's go to 28 through 30. Because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return to the land of his possession. So these things shall be for a statute of judgment unto you throughout your generation in all your dwellings. Whoso killeth any person, the murderer, shall be put to death by the mouth of witnesses. But one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die. Let's go to Deuteronomy 1. And we want 17. Ye shall not respect person in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is God, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. Let's go to 10. We want 17 through 19. For the Lord your God is God of gods. That's a lowercase there. And the Lord of lords, a great God, a mighty and terrible, which regardeth not person, nor take full reward. He doeth execute judgment of the fatherless and widow, and loveth the stranger, and giving him food and raiment. Love ye therefore the stranger, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Let's go to 16. And we want 18 and 19. Judge and offer shalt thou make thee in all thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee throughout thy tribe. And they shall judge the people with judgment. And thou shalt not rouse judgment. Thou shalt not respect person, neither take a gift, for a gift doeth blind the eyes of the wise, and prevent the words of the righteous. Let's go to 17, and we won't start with 8 and end with 11. If there arise a matter too hard for thee in judgment, between blood and blood, between plea and plea, and between stroke and stroke, being matters of controversy within thy gates, then shalt thou arise, and get thee up unto the place which the Lord thy God hath chosen. And thou shalt come unto the priest, the Levite, and unto the judge that shall be in those days, and inquire, and they shall show thee the sentence of judgment. And thou shalt do according to the sentence which they of that place which the Lord shall choose shall show thee, and thou shalt observe and do according to all that they inform thee, according to the sentence of the law which they shall teach thee, and according to the judgment which they shall tell thee, thou shalt do. Thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they shall show thee, to the right hand or to the left. Let's go to 24. And we want 17 and 18. Thou shalt not prevent the judgment of a stranger, nor of the fatherless, nor take a widow's raiment to pledge. But thou shalt remember that thou wast an bondman in Egypt, and the Lord thy God redeemed thee thence. Therefore I command thee to do this thing. Let's go to 25, and we want 1 and 2. If there be a controversy between men, and they come into judgment, that the judge may judge them, then they shall justify the righteous and condemn the wicked. And it shall be, if the wicked man be worthy to be beaten, that the judge may cause him to lie down and to be beaten before his face, according to his fault, by a certain number. In other words, the guy that did wrong needs to be beaten while the guy that got hurt there, so he could see that it got done. All right, we want 27 and 19. Cursed be he that preventeth the judgment of the stranger, fatherless, and widow. And all the people shall say, Amen. Let's go to 32. And we want 2 through 4. My doctrine shall drop as the rain. My speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. Because I will publish the name of the Lord. Ascribe ye greatness unto our God. He is the rock. His work is perfect, for all his way are judgment, a God of truth and without iniquity. Just and right is he. Let's go on over to 41, chapter 32. We want 41 and 42. If I went my gathering sword, and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies, and will reward them that hate me. I will make my arrow drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captive, from the beginning of refuge upon the enemy. Let's go to Joshua, and we want 20. And we want 5 and 6. Joshua 20, 5 and 6. And if an avenger of the blood pursue after him, then they shall not deliver the slayer up unto his hand, because he smote his neighbor unwittingly, and hate him not before time. And he shall dwell in that city until he stand before the congregation for judgment, and until the death of the high priest that shall be in those days. Then shall the slayer return, and come unto his own city, and unto his own house, unto the city from whence he fled. And I am going to do another one to give you the definitions. Love you guys.